What is going on, guys? In today's video, we will be going over the official teaser trailer for Garten of Banban Last Ticket to the Abyss. We will be going over everything that happens in the trailer, and I will also be going over what I believe this trailer is going to tell us as to what's going to happen in the game when it does eventually release. I do also have a message for everyone at the end, so do be sure to stay tuned till the end of the video so I can go over that as well. But without further ado, let's jump into this trailer. So this trailer starts out with us looking at this anteater type character, and he is looking at a picture. What I could only presume is the group that he is either a part of or used to be a part of back in their heyday, and then we do see him walking away from it, while we do hear somebody doing some narrations over top. Then it cuts over to this robotics character, and then we see this anteater just wandering around. Looks like it's in search of something or is just suspicious of its surroundings. From what we can see there with the art, it looks like this could be something that they used to do, but that is just something to note that I noticed. A couple of shots of different in-game areas, and then here's where the music cuts, and then we get to see the face of our narrator. So I think that was kind of cool how it built up to where it seemed like the anteater was the narrator of this video, but then it cuts and then we see who the actual narrator is. Again, just the anteater-ish character just wandering around different parts of the game. And then we see a glimpse of this slime or slug-esque character holding a sword, practicing its sword fighting techniques. And then we get a fall down shot from the bird, and then we see the entire group together. And then I think it was funny how the robot, our narrator, is facing the wrong way, and the anteater character has to punch him in the leg to get him to turn around to face the correct way. And then we get our title screen, Garten of Banban, Last Ticket to the Abyss. And then that we should wishlist it. So at least going back to that last scene where we see them all grouped up together, I think their positioning is really telling, because even though the robot character has been narrating this entire trailer, I do think that the anteater character, and if it's not an anteater, just please correct me in the comments, seems to be the leader just from positioning, and that is most likely going to be our final boss character for this chapter, or at least the main antagonist. I do think with seeing the slime character that is on the right showing the sword, and we saw them practicing the sword techniques, I do think that would be someone that we will have to confront, and actually a boss that we will fight within the chapter. So I do want to see how that interaction goes and how all of that plays itself out. I can also see the bird character in the back might not necessarily be someone that we confront in this chapter, but it might just be a looming threat or someone that we run from, a la like the Huggy sequence at the beginning of Poppy Playtime Chapter 5. Just like a chase sequence or two that we have to get away from this character, and then we can, have windows where we see them flying around and pursuing us. And in terms of the robot, I'm a little conflicted because I'm not sure where the robot would fit into the chapter so far. I might be able to see it as just like a pseudo guiding force, kind of like he was in the trailer, just a narrator or someone that we follow the instructions of to get from point A to point B. Now, I could be completely wrong with all of my assumptions. Disclaimer, I don't know much about the Garten of Banban series. It has not been something I've gotten around to covering yet. This is one of the first videos I've made, so bear with me in that. If any of my assumptions or anything that I have stated is wrong, be sure to correct me in the comments, and I will do better in the future. But that is everything that is gone over in the trailer, and now I want to transition to the message that I wanted, that I had foreshadowed at the beginning of the video, and that was to apologize for the lack of content here over the last couple of months. My job had us changing schedules a little bit, so I did have to get used to the new work schedule, which does work out better for me because I do get more days off now, so I will hopefully be able to produce more content consistently. But also, there hasn't really been much updates in the horror game genre. I know there's been some indie stuff here and there that I missed the ship on due to my changing work schedule, and I do apologize about that. But at least in terms of the main games like Garten of Banban, Poppy Playtime, Five Nights at Freddy's, anything like that, there hasn't really been much. So I did not feel the need to make content on it, because by the time I got around to it, the hype had already passed, and I do apologize about not covering that. But that's why you might have seen some different videos up on the channel here recently, because I've been just trying to experiment with other things, just going into different passions in terms of content creation, just to see if there's any viewership for it or anything like that. But with more stuff coming out for the horror games, I will probably go back to making videos on that, because I did see a big spike in viewership for it, so I will do what you guys continue to want to watch. But that's about all I wanted to cover in that. You know, I am hyped up for this. I know it is only a teaser trailer, so hopefully more information comes out sooner rather than later. But in terms of that, I do want to thank you all for watching. I do hope you enjoyed the video and me rambling a little bit. I do apologize. But if you did enjoy the video, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more content, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.